my Marauder with the editor.
Okay, let me
So
look at this. Oh, I don't. I have the stupid overlay. Can you check
what?
the requirements? Click a larva at Franscar's.
Well, yeah, it says requires layer,
It
but
only
if
says
you
layer.
well, that changes. Like that doesn't change. That's like it's a tooltip, isn't it?
No. The requires is not a tooltip. That's actually in the game from the requirements. So if it says require layer on requirements, then it only requires layers.
No, but it wasn't the case when I played it.
Oh.
It said requires layer, but it didn't require a layer. It did only require the hydrolist then.
I need to learn the editor. Oh, I wish I had another overlay so I could check this out. Actually, let me. No, I can't. I can't check it out without logging out. So I know I won't be able to. Okay, that's annoying. Anyway, in the top right corner, left corner, playing as the blue Protoss player, it is Barcode, aka TehRedBandit.
Let me check something. 1, 2, 3. Damn it. Ah, there. Okay. On the bottom left side of Fighting Spirit on this test map, our only test map for years, because there's no other map where we do tests on, it
Of
is
course.
our green player, Franscar.
Our
Our green
green,
Zerg player.
our
Our
green,
green Franscar!
the Zerg player.
Our green. Like, he's the green. Do you know the hero Green Arrow?
No.
DC Universe. Well, me neither. Like, he's just a green Zerg.
I'm too tired for these jokes. Do you know this guy? No, neither do I. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, Ferlin Tokusiris Kosiris Preferred Durden is online. That's good to see. No, he can actually prove useful. He can prove useful for our evil schemes. No, that's not his name, of course. That's what he calls himself in Skype these days. But he's a web designer.
So,
He might help us more with the website.
for anyone tuning in, we got an alpha key for Legacy of the Void, and this is going to be the next expansion.
Yes, we're currently looking at how the Legacy of the Void is in real game. They're gonna make this new map called Fighting Spirit, which is a ripoff of the old Brood War map. We're gonna see some changes there. First of all, we see that Queens cost 50 energy. I mean 50 gas.
50 gas. 50 gas
And
for
Nexus
Queen.
has a new upgrade. They have to upgrade their. Oh, sorry about that, Realmatar. They have to upgrade their Nexus's into Kildarian Citadel in order to use Chrono Boost. And they have a couple of new abilities as well called Kildarian Citadel. I mean called Rift and is it Energize or Safeguard? I always forget.
And all of you people, you might be very that we actually scratched the very terrible unit called the Mothership Core.
And the
Once
Swarm
again.
hosts are also gone from
And
the game.
Swarm hosts.
Yes,
So
just lurk.
infestors are still there, and there have been a lot of arguments about it, but we, like at least Swarm hosts again. Who breathes into the mic? Am I breathing into
No,
the mic?
I think it's me.
Stop breathing, Siphias.
Okay, so
No, don't stop breathing.
I'll stop reading. Also, inject only takes 3 seconds, but it only spawns one larva. No, that wasn't 3 seconds. Hang on. Let me have a look.
Yeah, look
this.
at. He doesn't have layer. Click on the lava, and you can see.
Yeah, it's 3
end of
seconds.
the roach.
Oh,
No.
Is he making roaches? No. Okay, let's.
No, but you can build roaches.
Does it say requirements now?
No.
It went away.
If you just click on the lava, you can see
Oh, I
roach.
think it's either layer or hydrogen. I set it to, for some reason.
I expected that from you. I expected you to fail again, Xiphias.
You failed me again, Cepheus.
So here we go, 4 Hydralisks. Hydralisks are now tier 1, they have been pulled back to root for values. And
Let's
look
just
at
safely
how
assume that everything has been pulled back to Bureau values. Okay, so
So Zealots have gotten a little bit beefier themselves, that's why they can take on these Hydralisks.
are Zealots really beefier though? I think they're about the same.
They are beefier. No, they are beefier. They have more HP than in
Really?
StarCraft.
I
Yep.
thought they had the same. Okay. Anyhow, we got Franscar making a lot of Hydra for Hydra pressure. And TehRedBandit is reading well into this, only making one extra cannon. He's checking that there is a third base, but that doesn't mean there might not be a lot of hydros incoming, because sometimes you just make the third base to kind of fake out your opponent. But that might cut into your hydro production, though. Do we have the range? We do have the range. So they can pick off buildings safely, and he's adding more photon cannons. He's also adding a film cannon. Okay, that was the worst stroke I've ever
what
said.
cannon?
Never mind. Oh, is the Dark Templar gonna get out? The Dark Templar is gonna get out, and he kills the Overseer. Oh, very nice play from the Red Bandit there. Oh, perfect play from Bandit. Look at that.
Oh, and he decides to continue hacking away at
there is an
support.
Overseer here. There's a very slow Overseer, but I don't think. Oh, okay, he needs to micro these Hydras for no. Oh, or the Red Bandit just pulls back his Dark Templar. That also works. That was a very nice play in the beginning. Meanwhile, a couple of Zealots are trying to deny this base, but that's not gonna happen. A couple of Corsairs are now out. He stopped making Corsairs, actually. He stopped! He doesn't make them anymore! That was a great casting voice.
That's a trend that has been going, that Zerg players tend to do at nowadays against Protoss. That's just masses of Hydras until you can get these late game units out, simply because it's a little bit risky to go for any kind of attack, because you might lack the anti-air versus the Corsairs, or you might lack the ground army to defeat Protoss ground.
I have seen some variations with very early Spire just to get some Scourges to pick off Corsairs and then go for Hydras, which have seemed to work pretty good lately, actually. Corsairs picking off Overlords like there is no thing. We got more Hydras in here. This base is still safe. That I don't. Is that an? Yeah, there is an Overseer there, and he should try and pick off this Overseer and then sneak in with Dark Templar. It's only one very damaged Overseer. He could transfuse it, and he might want to do that actually. But no, the Corsairs are at a completely different place on the map.
So more Corsairs are being built. He's getting +1 again. Well, not again. It was the first time.
He did it in the last game too. I think those are 3-second injects. It looks like it's 3 seconds.
Yeah, it looks a little bit longer.
Yeah. It's the main idea was just that you can't like super abuse this. Oh, he needs to kill the Dark Templars. Oh, he's going for the Spore Crawlers. I think he'll be fine chasing them out though. Ooh, but it's very, very, very on the knife's edge. Yeah, that is... I always miss how much time that is. It really looks like 3 seconds. It's 3 or 4, and it doesn't look like it's 4. Yeah, it's 3. That means, like, emptying out the energy on the Queen actually... it commits more time to your base, basically, than if it was just 1 second. I think that's okay. It's
so
very different from
the Red Bandit can't expand because there's a bird circling.
I love that logic. No, we can't build a building there. There's something underground.
We can't land the command center. Yes. There's a bird. I think I can't land the command center. I think there's a bird circling under there.
Yeah, there might be one. We don't want to crush it. The weight of the command center may cave into the Zergling. But if we kill the Zergling first, we're fine. Anyhow, Zergling's killing a lot of units. Very nice catch there from the Red Bandit. And, I don't know, some people have been saying that Zergling seems useless in ZVP, and I disagree. I don't think they're that bad, to be honest. And there's Infestors coming out. That might have been... No, it's not a mistake. He's already making Neural Parasite, and he's coming out
No. It's not a mistake.
Oh, it's
Franscar has been testing. Franscar has been testing Zergling Infestor against Protoss, and it is pretty effective, especially with infested turns. And... It synergizes very well with the fast attacking Zerglings, and it still has the ensnare debuff. So Infestors are very versatile units, and Zerglings are very fast units. So.
Oh yeah, and the Infestors do not leave a trail when they burrow like they should. I see that now, so that's unfortunate.
Well, that's just how it is.
So it looks really weird when they move. It's just like a static thing. Oh, he's gonna break this though. Might throw up some infested turrets. No, I don't know where the infestors are going.
I think he waits for what escape button?
Oh, I don't think you can cancel upgrades on the infestation pit.
Oh, wait, where's the infestation pit? Ah, yeah, you can't.
Oh, that sucks. We need to add that.
You have to be sure if you want to get the upgrade.
he's-
There's no
he's-
going back.
Using some infested terrors defensively. Now he's gonna ensnare, but he's gotta be careful. He doesn't want to lose these.
Has to unburrow if he wants to ensnare. But he has now Neural Parasite. If he Neural Parasite, so
gets a couple
awkward.
archons.
Very nice. He tries
Catches all
get-
the zealots.
He tries to get the one infestor killed. He gets one, but everything else will now.
Oh, very nice engagement from Franscar.
Nice. He didn't have to unburrow to do that though. You can do that from burrowed.
Yeah, that's true. It could be even more OP than what you just saw right
Yeah.
now. So the Red Bandit, he's having a really hard time expanding. Franscar is dominating this game.
Yep.
And having range 7, some people in the beginning when they saw the neural said, "Oh, range 7 is too low," but I think it's just fine. I think making that range longer would just make it a horrible spell to balance.
And he can still expand because he still has to wait for a cannon to trace the circling away. First.
Meanwhile, though, Bandit has gone for a lot of Corsairs, and he could kill a ton of Overlords with this fleet. Look at that. They kill on Overlords and Overseers so fast. He's got to be careful, though. Don't want to lose anything to these Spore Crawlers, and he needs to get out of there.
You won't lose anything, but the thing about Infestors is they can't really do much about courses. I mean, yes, you can ensnare them, but if there's no anti-air,
Yeah.
Infested Terrans, like, they are also slow themselves, so...
Oh, and Bandit is adding a fleet beacon. I hope it is for...
As you can see, now catch them, but he will just go away.
Yeah, it's
fine, like...
this
Courses. The only thing it's really good for is that if he wants to try to fly into spores, because then it becomes handy again.
I thought he was going to make a couple of scouts to counter the infestors, but he's actually adding on disruption web, and I think he may not think about this, but scouts would be really good versus these infestors, I think.
Disruption web is not bad either, because it stops the attack from the infested Terrans.
True.
It stops Zerglings. It stops. It's not too bad, but as I said before, like these are not ranged units, so it's a little bit hard to use compared to.
Well, when you have this many Corsairs and you make a fleet beacon, of course you want to get disruption web anyway. But I think you should also add in a couple of scouts. Okay,
It's a little bit of sloppy from Franscar losing these overseers.
Yes, they're not. Okay, so infested Terrans are not being affected by upgrades like they should, so that's good. I did
Really?
manage to do that correctly in the editor. Look at him.
Nice.
The 0-0 and his upgrades are like...
Well, he not from armor upgrades at least.
Yeah, yeah.
Also not from attack upgrades.
Which are the two upgrades that he could have on these infested Terrans?
No, he could also have the range upgrade for the ghost rifle. Oh, could we do that? If you manage to mind control an SCV and get the range upgrade on the barracks, and then you infest the Terran shoot a little bit faster because they have the barrel stabilizer.
I'll add it in just for you, Kalevi.
Thank you.
It will. I think it will break the game, though. I think that's a huge
Definitely.
breaking.
Like I see already Born posting in the forum.
Oh, there's a lot of oh, only 2. Oh yeah, we might want to make these a little bit smaller. I thought
What?
he was gonna need more than 2 disruption webs to cover all those.
Well, they are. Well, he has enough courses anyway. I don't think in this position it hardly matters.
No, but
And-
still. Oh,
And yeah, this is some payback for Red Bandit to finally.
he's making scouts. He's making scouts.
This should be the alarm signal for Franscar to attack into Devourers.
Yeah, or at least just start adding more Hydralisks. Because when he gets this ensnare off, he can actually start punishing this a little bit more. Like, these ensnares are great, but he doesn't have any units to do anything with. Like, just make Scourges even when they're ensnared. It's much easier to hit with Scourges also.
Well, he's adding on Aspire, so he at least is working on the possibility to do that.
This has been one Stargate the whole time. Wow.
Look.
Yeah, I'm so
I know,
amazed that I had to have a hiccup.
You get so sick of seeing this, like Protoss air, it's so disgusting. You have to drop. Anyway, There's one thing Zerg players in Starbow actually lack compared to StarCraft 2 players. That's actually creep spread. Creep
Yeah.
spreading is Starbow players are just the worst when it comes to creep spread.
Indeed, they are. But yeah, Disruption Web still definitely allowing for this comeback. Now, Franscar is almost max. I feel he should just maybe push and just ignore these Corsairs.
Nah, he would have to push up a ramp. He would have to.
You could try to push it to the natural, but yeah, it's a hard position to break.
Well, they are cannons. They are storm. Like
And
you
there's
would just
Disruption
lose
Web.
stuff.
Yeah.
Just lose stuff. That's not very favorable.
Ooh,
If
Greater
you could,
Spire
you could
coming.
try to start picking off cannons, buildings with infested terrains, because they can pick away at the ball. Losing one course a little bit sloppy.
He's getting sloppy with his injects too. I would also love to see Scourges at this point, because even though Scourges don't really do that much versus this many Corsairs, if you have them ensnared, they would just might. Ooh, meanwhile, the Red Bandit going for a very aggressive expansion, and Franscar's gonna scout it, and he might turn around his army. No, he's still gonna go for the natural. Now he turns around, and he's gonna lose all his overseers. There's really not
Okay,
much to
no,
shoot
he
them.
has to. Oh no, 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 no! Don't push up that ramp.
It's
Okay,
gonna
nice.
infest the Terrans.
Nice. Infested turrets, though. Nice infested turrets, but he loses so much army. Disengagement. Look at the supply. Disengagement low goes horrible for Franscar.
These infested Terrans are doing a lot of damage, and he may be able to push up this ramp actually.
Yep. In the meantime, there's a counter attack coming from a lot of zealots.
Well, there's only like anti-air almost, only 2 spine crawlers at spine crawlers. But he is making a couple of ultralisks.
He's
I
getting.
like it. He's just leaving a couple units to finish off the Nexus. I don't think these units will finish off the Nexus actually, but he can just go back and finish off the Nexus. And Franscar nicely swings the game around a little bit now, catching again a lot of those. Ooh, almost killing some Corsairs. Okay, now he's getting Scourges.
Oh wow! Look at how many courses he has. He has 11 courses. I don't think these gutters can touch them, even when they are on snap. I think he has to work on Devourers. He has to definitely work on Devourers.
Yeah.
But he's somehow lacking minerals. If you look at the income, okay, even on workers, somewhat even. He's double expanding Franscar.
He's making more and more scouts behind this, and it hasn't been scouted. He actually has 4 scouts sitting around. He's making 2 at a time now. He's gonna have a huge air armada, and by that time, Franscar really needs Devourers and Mutilisks and Scourges and Ensnare to deal with all of this.
Well, perhaps not Ensnare, but at least Devourers, because Ensnare can work against him. The missiles, I mean, from the scouts.
No, Ensnare would be good to hit for scouts and Corsairs though.
Yeah, but if you get a missile of like 100 splash damage to ground and air units.
Oh yeah. True. Okay, so here comes here's Scourges, here's Corsairs. Let's see. He does not want to attack with the Scourges. He wants to pull back. He wants to get an ensnare off
Perhaps
first.
if he wants to, yeah, if he gets an ensnare off, he
Pick
might
up an
to
ultralisk.
attack this. Rup. Oh, there's a unit that can only attack air. Let me hop into an ultralisk. Into an overlord.
Yes, that will help. Well, you know, if the Ultralisk gets close, if the Overlord gets close enough, the Ultralisk can start attacking the Corsairs when it's in an Overlord. Wouldn't that be something? So many
That would
Archons
be
from
so
Bandit.
ridiculous.
Okay, so Bandit basically is stuck on 3 bases. He can't expand at this point. He tried and didn't work. So he just has to mass up a perfectly efficient army and just kill his opponent with his army. That's his only chance at this point. He has to do so much damage with his army.
I don't like this that he pushes out now. I think he should have warped in more High Templars because he's not maxed yet, and having 5 High Templars in his composition would be so good.
Yeah, that's true. He's gonna try
But
and take an expansion again, though.
Yeah, that might work. But Franscar, the question is, does he counter-attack or does he try to contest his expansion?
Yeah, that's a very good question. I think you should just allow the Red Bandit to expand at this point, and just take the whole map and just make sure he has every tech, ton of larva, and he can just remake. Oh, but he's just gonna go counterattack, and that's a huge army. He's putting out a lot of infested Terrans to like kind of block the way. I like this use of it. And here comes the scouts. Here comes everything. A lot of disruption web.
Disruption web, infested Terrans are being thrown down, ensnares are being thrown down. And as I said, no.
Neural parasite.
Parasite.
Is he gonna
good
do the face
disruption web
missiles
still.
versus the infestors? No face missiles yet. Here we go. He's gonna try. He's just gonna pick off the
But
infestors.
there's so many scouts left that he can just like force the retreat because these scouts still do a lot of ground
Oh,
damage.
Franscar adding yet another Spire, but he's not making any Spire units, but he wants to have all the upgrades available for the late game, because he knows that the game is not over, it's just that he lost his engagement. Because all that's left is really scouts, and he's just churning out Ultras. Yeah,
And scouts are...
Well, these Ultras need to do something and not just die. But they're just gonna just die, which is kind of sad.
They need to do something instead of dying.
We choose dying. That's what
Well,
we do.
Well, there's
a lot of Hydras now. They can start to contend this Air Force, but there's so many scouts. He needs a bigger Hydra.
There are disruption webs. There are disruption webs that
Yeah.
helps these scouts a lot. And I think
Ultras want to help, but they can't.
there are so many scouts tickling me. I wonder what I should do. Run away or stay?
Yeah, like 5 minutes to decide because it's Scout versus Ultra. Let's be honest. But we just need plenty of Hydras. Maybe add in a couple of Devours and some Mutalisks, but we'll see. This Air Force is so hard to deal with, though. Oh, Scourges. Oh, let's fly into them. Oh, I picked up one.
Oh, nice. He got a parasite off on
That's
Corsair.
actually quite nice. Franscar can get more vision. Now, it doesn't really matter, he's flying over his base, but he's gonna just pick up this base fairly quickly. These scouts do a lot of damage
Oh,
he saves it!
Get it! But now he's going to fly on these
But
other...
this is another one. Franscar has enough base. Now Franscar is just going to start to rip off the main base of Bandit. There's a couple of Archons on the high ground, but it's not that many. Oh, and he forced... Oh, nice. He lures the Archons out. Okay, now they're going to stand. No, what are the Archons doing? They should have just stayed on the ramp. But luckily for Bandit, Franscar wasn't pushing it. But again, these scouts do not pick off bases as fast as the other ones.
Ultra is on the 12 o'clock, focusing down the expansion of the Red Bandit, but he's losing so many Ultras in the process. And Franscar is running a little bit dry on money himself. But I wouldn't say that this isn't something that Red Bandit can recover when he can't recover when he does lose this base.
Completely broke at this point.
He has a very cost-efficient army though. But he can still make something happen. But you should only focus on one disruption map, good disruption maps. See, he has a very cost-efficient army, but you should not use it.
Indeed. And yeah, I don't think Bandit can come back for this. I'm sure he can kill his Hydralisk. Oh, nice little burrow there. I like that. That's actually really smart.
Yep. I think. Oh, and don't fly into this. Okay. He can kill another base though. Like he gets another base in exchange for one base, but it's certainly an exchange that Franscar wants to take at this point. Okay, burrow, good burrow. No, don't fly above Hydralisks.
Hazardous is like anti-air flying zone. Oh! He could catch with an ensnare. If he can catch with an ensnare. Oh, very good ensnare there. I don't know if you have enough Hydralisk to catch. Oh, they're so almost dead. So many incredibly damaged air units at this point. Very nice. Another snare goes down. He can try and catch these scouts.
Down. They are going to down. Yes.